Tzu Chi Foundation donates N95 masks to countries in need. A brave soul who sustained spinal cord injury brings colors to her life. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Jenny Lee. Thank you for joining us. After months of fighting COVID-19, China's conditions have improved. The country is now able to help with personal protective equipment. Tzu Chi Foundation entrusted volunteers in Changsha, Hunan to purchase N95 masks from government-specified mask manufacturer and donate them to countries in dire need.
Today, our volunteers in Changsha were commissioned by the Tzu Chi Foundation to come to a government-designated mask manufacturer in Changsha to purchase a batch of masks in compliance with international standards. We want to assist regions with severe epidemics. At the beginning, when the epidemic in Changsha was severe, we got a lot of masks from abroad. Now we hope to have the ability to deliver such love to more places in need.
Mask production takes place in a sterile space. This particular factory knows that Tzu Chi will donate these materials and agreed to this visit.
This group is from the Tzu Chi Foundation, and they are members from the company.
I will promote more of this idea of charity and gratitude in our company. Actually, we like your idea of compassion very much, and if this concept can spread in our company, it would be very great. We are a company that is developing during this epidemic.
6 days after the two parties signed the purchase contract, the manufacturer delivered the first batch of 60,120 N95 masks for medical use.
At present, most of the orders are going to be donated to foreign countries. Our current daily production capacity a day is 60,000 to 70,000.
Tzu Chi volunteers work with college students to attach Tzu Chi tags on the boxes.
I haven't started my freshman year of college yet. School will start in May of this year.
We are urgently transporting from Changsha to Guangzhou and then a charter flight to Southeast Asia. A total of 167 boxes containing 360 masks per box are being readied for delivery. A test has been done to ensure they won't be damaged during transportation. Before loading it on the freight car, a final spot check was made. A certificate and quantity are correct to complete the task.
Facing the shortage of medical masks, Tzu Chi volunteers opt to wear cloth masks. Malaysian Tzu Chi volunteer Lim Tiam Eng runs a garment factory. She asked her staff to make cloth masks to give to those at dialysis center and local hospitals.
While Malaysia continues to enforce restricted movement orders with many factories being closed, employees at this garment factory continue to work diligently in their respective posts.
Because there are so many masks that are still needed, like our kidney dialysis center at hospital. They're still waiting for masks so we can help them try to get masks. And then everyone can be safe and the doctors will be safe. We should recruit more people to come here to help with delivery and even cutting fabric.
Tzu Chi volunteer Lim Tiam Eng is the owner of this garment factory. She hoped disposable medical masks could be reserved for hospital staff, so she asked her employees to make fabric masks.
Our kidney dialysis center in the hospital needs 500 masks, but making 500 masks is not easy. If you cut and sew by hand, it will be hard to accomplish, as it's better to come to my factory and use the cutting machine and electric clippers, which are faster.
After cutting the fabric, seamstresses work on the production line making these fabric masks. Lim Tiam Eng, the owner of the company, is very pleased with the employees' commitment to the cause.
They also want to care for themselves and allow everyone to be safe. Taking care of ourselves is something that Master Zheng Yan frequently says that we should do when we can.
As the coronavirus epidemic spreads, many are doing what they can to help those working at the front lines.
Since the first COVID-19 case appeared in Indonesia, the outbreak has spread in Jakarta. The government has limited activities and promoted online learning. Starting from mid-March, Tzu Chi Elementary School has also started online classes. Here's the news.
Campus of Indonesia Tzu Chi Elementary School is empty. Since mid-March, the epidemic has gotten serious and the school started online teaching.
Sedangkan untuk anak kelas 4, 5, dan 6,
students from 4 to 6 grades can take classes and turn in their homework online. We have fixed class schedules and teachers will teach via video chats.
tablet, mereka akan berinteraksi dengan gurunya.
Graciela and Alexander wore uniform even at home to listen to teachers' teachings attentively.
Karena ada virus.
The epidemic is quite serious, so I felt it's safer to study at home.
During their leisure times, the brother and sister couple also does exercises and adopt vegetarian diet to fight the virus.
I believe eating vegetarian diets will make us healthier. We both started to eat vegetarian diets since young and we rarely got ill.
The school does not wish to affect students' curriculum even if the epidemic is still heating up. Through online learning, they hope to protect the teachers' and students' health and safety.
With no end in sight to the coronavirus pandemic, countries around the world have closed their borders and ushered in an era of lockdowns. Taiwan's agricultural exports, including flowers, fruits, and tea, have taken a strong hit since the start of the pandemic. One of the most affected products are flowers such as Japanese eustoma and orchids, which are mostly exported overseas.
Taiwan is known as the Orchid Kingdom, and in March of this year, 2 large orchid exhibitions were postponed or delayed.
Some $329 million worth of orchid output each year are dependent on 2 large-scale orchid exhibitions. These events regularly attract buyers to explore business opportunities.
After this, the unit price in other markets will drop dramatically.
During this outbreak, the top 3 most affected crops in Taiwan include flower, tea, and fruits in that order, with exports being curtailed.
Lilies, orchids, painter's palette, and other flowers are affected by this epidemic outbreak.
Shenong Prize winner Liao Binghong did not expect the recent change of events, with the coronavirus epidemic rapidly escalating.
Europe's logistics has led to closures of entire countries which cannot be opened.
Not only is Europe affected, but the first birthday celebrated by the recently enthroned Japanese Emperor Naruhito has been cancelled, and graduation ceremonies in March by schools at all levels in Japan have also been cancelled.
This is the time when they consume the most flowers. Now that they have cancelled these events right now, will have a big impact later.
Well, the flowers here are to be exported to Japan, mainly between December and March. During this period, the weather in Japan is too cold to grow flowers, though Taiwan is temperate, fulfilling demand for flowers during this period.
Being the top domestic eustoma producer, Chen Guoming did his best to disinfect his soil and do sterilization of the flower harvest.
The bacteria in the soil can be killed at an average of 60 degrees. The next step is adjusting ourselves to face future challenges.
Finally, shipments for a long-standing order were completed of both orchids, which are frequently used as gifts in Taiwan and South Korea.
Our boat orchid sales are as gifts celebrating personnel changes, and every 4 years there are congressional elections, as our shipments even began last year.
Both orchids are known for their special fragrance, but Taiwanese people appreciate flowers and not the many leaves of this type of orchid. For this reason, domestic demand is very small, almost totally dependent upon export sales. Of the country's exports, 98% go to South Korea and 2% to China. These 2 places are some of the hardest hit area due to coronavirus epidemic.
Over there, no one can offload this cargo off the boat because the epidemic situation is quite bad over there.
Both orchid shipments have decreased by 60% compared to previous years. Originally, a shipment would go out once every 10 days, but now exports are suffering delay after delay.
For shipments in May, we still don't have any orders yet.
Boat export cultivation takes place in Nantou, Jiayi, Taichung, and Yunlin.
It is not easy or fast to open another market. After all, the consumption patterns of each country are different.
Facing a viral battle where the end is still far off, how can Taiwan's export industry survive the crisis?
Our average national income of $650 or $800, we spend about $30 on flowers. Compared with other countries, they spend about $70 to $80, so our domestic demand still has room to grow.
The coronavirus epidemic has reshuffled international trade and swept the globe with no one knowing how long it will last and how much damage it will create.
In our next segment, we will meet a brave soul who has sustained spinal cord injury and risen above life's challenges. Hong Xianrou became paralyzed from the waist down because of a checkup accident 30 years ago. She dedicates herself to drawing and has become an art teacher. As a Tzu Chi donating member, she also painted a portrait of Master Zheng Yan. Take a look.
我很喜欢花，那个玫瑰花的花茎长满了刺。 就好像脊髓损伤者，他的生活会有很多的病痛或是困境，但是玫瑰它还是很努力的生长着。我希望我生命的玫瑰园也能够经常绽放出美丽的花朵。 我第一次坐轮椅的时候
When I first sat in a wheelchair, I told myself, I won't lead the life of a disabled person. I'll live the life of a normal person.
要跟正常人一样的生活。平常他上班的话
Usually when he goes to work, I start cooking dinner at 4 or 5 o'clock. When he returns home, the food is almost ready. I spend more than an hour preparing dinner.
1个多钟头的时间准备晚餐。
I hope she lives happily. If drawing is her interest, I encourage her to continue drawing. As long as she is happy, do not give yourself too much pressure.
不要给自己太多压力，这样子。
加上白色的毛的时候，记得哈那个纹路，就是它的黑色的那个毛哈，可以往前延伸一点。这边是我们协会另外成立的一个。
This is a workshop established by our association. I've accumulated much experience in drawing, so they think I can come here and try.
可以来这边试试看的。这地方颜色的变化哈，你要再更仔细的去推，就是琢磨一下。它鼓励我出来的。不要那么分明。
She encouraged me to come out. I've been injured for 30 years. I've stayed home. When I started drawing, I was very nervous and I drew with fear. You know, I did not dare draw. The teacher said that I used very little paint.
这一画是那个贤柔师姐在7年多前的。
Sister Xianrou gave this painting to me more than 7 years ago. She gave it to me in 2012, and I'm very grateful. She said that she wanted to draw a picture for me. I thought about drawing a picture of Master Zheng Yan. If she is willing to come to our Jingsi and learn about Tzu Chi's spirit, of the master, her painting would be different. She was willing to come. I'm really moved.
来，我们向佛菩萨行善问讯礼，一问讯。
慈济的师姐啊、师兄啊，他们
Tzu Chi brothers and sisters are very kind to people. Most importantly, this place can allow me to calm down. I'm able to let go of secular worries.
抛开一些比较世俗的事情。我们在画人像里面，那个嘴的形状，还有眼睛的那个目光。
As we draw people's portraits, the shape of the mouth and the look of the eyes are related to a person's spirit. So if I can know more about the master, I can better express her spirit.
当我们有什么遭遇到什么困难的时候，放弃就。
When we encounter difficulties, if we give up, then there's no chance. If we try to make changes, there's still a chance. Although life is different, it is still meaningful.
虽然是过的是不一样的生活，但是也会有它的意义存在的。
To help former inmates return to the mainstream society, 3 Tzu Chi volunteers have established a halfway house in Sanchong. At their weekly gathering, Tzu Chi volunteers promote vegetarianism, hoping to inspire more people's kind thoughts.
Putting lots of vegetables into the wok, Tzu Chi volunteers are cooking vegetarian food for a group of former inmates.
They have started praying, but praying is not too difficult for them. Changing their eating habit is not easy. During the epidemic, we should tell them why it's important to embrace vegetarianism.
Located in Sanchong, this halfway house for former inmates is named the Bodhisattva's Home. It was established by Tzu Chi volunteers Chen Yueliang, Guo Jingde, and Chen Chunmei. At their weekly gathering, they're sharing knowledge about epidemic prevention.
This time, novel coronavirus is spreading in the world. We hope to promote vegetarianism. We also hope that these brothers will eat more vegetarian food.
Currently, at 1:30, everyone will pray. We are praying for the people in the world. I hope everyone will adopt the vegetarian diet. These former inmates have hurt their families in the past. If we can help them find the correct path and become someone who helps others, they will know that they can give of themselves. That is a good feeling.
Through Tzu Chi volunteers' guidance, the former inmates are learning to be independent. They're also taking a step closer to returning to mainstream society.
In Xiamen, Fujian, an entrepreneur, Huang Aimei, has taken actions to promote vegetarianism. Since last August, she began providing vegetarian meals at the company. As the pandemic continues to wreak havoc, she's inviting her friends to go meatless as well.
Our company makes the grand vow to protect planet Earth. We will promote vegetarianism.
Tzu Chi volunteer Huang Aimei invites her entrepreneur friends to adopt a vegetarian diet through the social media. She started promoting vegetarianism at her company 3 years ago and began to provide vegetarian meals to employees last August.
The master has said that we must adopt a vegetarian diet. With the epidemic, it is even more important to embrace vegetarianism. It is good for our company as we do not kill animals. The energy is very harmonious.
At lunchtime, a vegetarian restaurant delivers employees' meals with reusable utensils. The employees also enjoy their mealtime despite it being short.
In the past, I had many small problems with my health. After adopting a vegetarian diet, the condition has changed a lot. In the past, I caught colds easily and often had to go to the hospital. My health has improved a lot.
像我自己的话，之前会觉得肉吃的多，然后可能
In the past, I ate a lot of meat and I was a bit hot-tempered. After adopting a vegetarian diet, it seems my temperament has changed and I have become gentler.
I feel that adopting a vegetarian diet is more healthy. Now when I go home, I cook vegetarian dishes and do not buy meat.
Promoting vegetarianism is not an easy task, but Huang Aimei is willing to humble herself to do it. She said that as long as one more person is willing to go meatless, there's more hope for the future of the earth.
In the midst of the pandemic, Tzu Chi volunteers promote vegetarianism, hoping more people can enjoy the wholesome taste of vegetarian food. volunteers in Danshui, New Taipei City, are promoting vegetarian box meals for 30 NTD, or approximately $1.
Early in the morning, city volunteers are busy working in the kitchen of their Danshui retreat. During the epidemic time, they receive orders for vegetarian box meals every morning.
People from private health centers, district offices, and companies order more than 20 box meals every day. I hope they will also inspire their families to go meatless.
The cost of each box meal is $1, which is much cheaper than most box meals elsewhere. Many company employees have become regular customers after trying these vegetarian box meals.
After trying vegetarian food, I've realized that it can be very tasty. Thank you, Tzu Chi. Tzu Chi's spirit of great love is very good. So, we are willing to promote vegetarianism with Tzu Chi.
I've ordered vegetarian box meals for the past few days. Thank you. You have allowed the students to cleanse their bodies, besides purifying their minds.
The volunteers also encourage everyone to use reusable utensils to avoid creating waste.
By using their own utensils, it is very sanitary and environmentally friendly. It can save the earth. Hopefully, with everyone's kind thoughts, the epidemic can end soon.
These customers have come to enjoy the taste of the vegetarian box meals. The volunteers hope that more people will be willing to embrace vegetarianism.
For many people with chronic illnesses, going to the hospital now is a decision that requires much consideration. Many are afraid of the virus infection, but the delays in medical treatment can complicate health problems. People who cut off or cut back on medication would pose serious risks on their health, and such action should be avoided at all costs.
The number of coronavirus cases in Taiwan continues to climb, with many people suffering from chronic illnesses now afraid of going to hospitals for clinic visits. This means that they are not getting their medication, which is causing another health concern.
If we take a look at the top 10 causes of death in Taiwan, in 2018, second place was cardiovascular disease, cerebral vascular disease, diabetes, hypertension, and chronic kidney disease. On average, we have about 89 people a day die of these diseases. If we don't properly manage these diseases, we could get more strokes and heart attacks and further deterioration of the kidney, causing more of a health crisis.
At the moment, there are strict entrance controls at hospitals and separation of different departments for more safety. The Dalian Tzu Chi Hospital special case managers follow up and persuade high-risk patients to return for clinic visits.
I have hypertension, and during this period of the epidemic, I'm a little more sensitive to this issue, but I still came to see a doctor to look after my health.
Doctors recommend people who are afraid of coming to the hospital to go to a nearby clinic to pick up medicine, as they should definitely not stop taking their medication or cut back on the dosage, as this could affect their health.
In Kaohsiung, businesses and local volunteers planted trees hoping to raise awareness for environment protection. Here's the footage. Thank you for watching. See you next time.